Sports broadcasting on the Southeast Iowa Video Network is brought to you by Midwest Old Threshers and by Pepsi Bottling Company.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Mount Pleasant Live, Fairfield at Mount Pleasant Baseball. The War on 34. We are just getting started here. We are here presented by the Midwest Old Threshers, Pepsi Refreshment Services, and the Community First Credit Union for this third game between Fairfield and Mount Pleasant, as we see Grayson Lowry on the bump for the Panthers. First ball of the game. Count 1-2. Fairfield first place coming into this game, as Dason Workman sends that one into right field. Ryan Helling out in right makes the catch. Fairfield dominated this doubleheader in Fairfield earlier. They are tied in first place in the conference. Mount Pleasant, a couple of games behind them as Dane Burkhart steps in. Expect to see him on the bump for the Trojans, one of the best pitchers in the league, as is Mr. Lowry. 0-1 pitch, right on the right corner for Lowry, who got a little squeezed in Fairfield. They got a little frustrated. Some of these close calls, swing and a miss, strikeout. Grayson Lowry with a strong start to this one. He had a very strong outing against Fort Madison the other day, a 9-0 win for the Panthers. And he was taken out at the exact number of pitches he needed to be to pitch in this one. Is Archer Kruder batting over 500 this year for the Trojans. Now their third batter steps in. Ball one inside. Fairfield has a stacked lineup this year. I mean, they've only lost one conference game. It's been a while since these Panthers were able to take one from the Trojans, as Kruder grounds that to second base and through for the first hit of the ball game for Fairfield. Fairfield won both games. Conference play, picked up a win here against Washington, picked up 2 wins against Fort Madison. And Bisgard, another red-hot bat for the Trojans, steps up. To the plate. Very used to having traffic on the base this year. And they had a lot of guys on base when the Panthers went to Fairfield last couple weeks ago. Sweet little pitch there by Lowry for strike one. Very important for the Panthers to limit early damage. Something they couldn't do over there, as ball a little low and a stolen base by Kruder. Grayson Walker popped up to throw. Rolled behind him. And we have a 1-2 count here to Bisgard. .5:30 start today. A little early start for these teams. There's a early start for these teams. There have been a couple of baseball games that start at 5:30. Weather or lack of players, which I don't think either of these teams realize a lack, as Bisgard sends that one out to center field. Caught in center. And a nice little offense gets their first chance at bat. 0-0 mid one.
we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with SeaFirst today and see why together is better.
Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back. A little bit of a surprise here, and as I was reminded, Fairfield had that game against Burlington earlier this week, and they could not keep their top two starting pitchers, Dane Burkhart and Voss Richardson, out of throwing over 65. So it will be Jackson Coleman, the sophomore lefty, starting for the Trojans. He's been very good at the plate, but doesn't have a lot of experience, conference-wise especially, throwing. That is the advantage for Mount Pleasant to be playing Fairfield after they had Burlington. And I bet the team playing Burlington today will have a similar situation where you're not going against their one or two. So first time the Panthers will be seeing Coleman this year. See if it throws them off a little bit or if they're just extra hungry going up. I mean, the top two for Fairfield, very, very strong. Alec Barton steps in for the Panthers, trying to get a strong start here for Mount Pleasant, something that did not happen down there in Fairfield. Pitch, a little low and inside. Something the Mount Pleasant has been doing a lot better lately is just taking those smart at-bats. Not a lot of these guys were varsity starters last year. Took them a while to get the offense rolling this year. Second one a little high and outside, so a 2-0 hitters count for Mr. Barton. Mount Pleasant's juggled the lineup a little bit early in the season. They've juggled the 2-0 swinging. What a huge win this would be for Mount Pleasant. Outside for ball 3. Another hitter's count coming for Alec Barton. Ball 4 outside, and a quick start for the Panthers, getting one runner on. Lowry very used to helping his cause this year. Hitting to the dugout. Barton's going to get over to second before a pitch is thrown on Lowry. I was just looking down at my sheet. Lowry batting .244, which doesn't seem scolding high, but considering how tough the pitching was that the Panthers went against earlier this year. He's got 9 RBIs this year as well, second on the high and outside. Coleman having a little trouble finding the zone early here. Might be a little nerves coming into the rival's house in a situation like this. Panthers been making opposing pitchers throw pitches, not just wailing at early pitches lately. That was a big part of the Fort Madison wins on Monday. Had to score 21 over the 2 games against Fort Madison. 1-0 pitch. Gets in there for on that one. Lowry stands there, man. High for ball 2. And Jamison Ritt there for the Panthers. Again, Caden Schott has really moved up in the fouled back, making it a for a long. Lowry goes down and fouls that one away. I think that might have stay alive. Well, 2-2 over the last 56 games. Fairfield 29, Mount Pleasant 27. The Trojans have won the last 7. That one is up right in the middle of the infield and grabbed by the first baseman there. Ends up going to Dason Workman. That was Voss Richardson who started the game off for the Trojans, not Dason over there. That lead off. High pitch. Caden Schott, one of the football, track, now hitting 3rd in the baseball game. Second pitch just over the head. Looks like Chase Countryman going over to talk to Coleman. Aiden Westerkamp sometimes playing center field. Sometimes playing catch and slated at center field for the Trojans today. An S, but it's close. Inside swung at by Schott. It'll be a 2-1 count. That's the extra trick. You are patient on the first 2. There he pokes it out. First is not in time. Schott beats out an infield single. That's your track. Corners for Jamison Ritt. Now you got the righty power hitter up with a couple runners on. I wonder what keep him put or maybe start him here. It's tough against the lefty. A little bit low. Strike. This year. Had the big on Mr. Rich. Just off the corner. That was close. Coming with one out. Coleman trying to get out of some trouble here. Little movement on that. Strike 3. Rich waves at that one. And now Ryan Helling will step up to try and get something out of this inning. Batting .316, a rare above 300 batter for this team. And Shad does take off, and the throw's down. Shad gets there, but nobody. Barton stays over at third, but now you got 2 runners in scoring position and a 1-0 count. Helling's got 8 RBIs this year, mostly singles, have sprinkled a triple in there. Done a little bit of work on the mound as well. Inside. Now another 2-0 count. I think it's a third 2-0 count we've seen so far. Ethan Peck waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-0 to Helling is a high strike on a breaking ball that just gets in there. Hung up there and just bit down in time. Coleman sets, here's the 2-1. Ooh, outside hits the outside corner. Panther fans didn't like that one. As Coleman fights back with 2 strikes to make it a 2-2 count. Pitch is lifted into the outfield. It might go into the Bermuda Triangle. It does. Down, 1 run scores, 2 runs score. A 2 RBI single for Ryan Helling, who continues to play well on the offensive end for the Panthers, and a 2-0 lead for Mount Pleasant.
Next up at the Panthers is third baseman number 16, Ethan Peck.
Placed that perfectly. I mean, that hung up there for a while, but that was a long way to go for all 3 of the Trojans trying to chase that one down. First pitch to Peck. Ball high. Ethan Peck had a bases clearing triple against Fort Madison. Panthers had a couple of those big hits with runners in scoring position against the Bloodhounds. (1-0) way outside, swung at 1-1. You see Coleman putting some nice spin on that breaking ball. It's not only got a couple Panthers swinging, but he's dropped it in a couple times. Next pitch is swung on, blooped into right field, and just into right field. A single. Helling stays at second. Panthers placing them well early on in this one. A hit for Ethan Peck.
Now batting for Mount Pleasant is catcher number 13, Grayson Walker.
And here's Grayson Walker at a bases clearing double against Fort Madison in the opening game. Peck's came in the second one. Chance here for Mount Pleasant to do a little more damage. Pullman's first pitch high and away. Grayson Walker, one of 2 Graysons on this Mount Pleasant team. Inside, that one's popped way up. And coming on to get it is Coleman, and he will make the catch in foul territory. So the Trojans escape, leave a couple runners on, but not before Mount Pleasant puts up 2 in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Panthers going into the second. Stick with us.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today.
All right, we are back
and see why
here.
Together is better.
Maple Leaf Athletic Complex in Mount Pleasant. War on 34 as Jackson Coleman, who's been on the bump for the Trojans, steps in, takes ball 1 inside. The classic historic War on 34, one of the best rivalries in Southeast Iowa, says this observer. Outside on that second pitch from Lowry. 2-0, bouncer to shortstop. Tate George to first. Throws out the runner and a quick out there, even on a 2-0 count.
Next up for Fairfield is center fielder number 3, Aiden Westerkamp.
Lowry's pretty good at that. You know, even when he gets in trouble, he's usually right in the zone. Not too many worries when he puts himself in a 2-0 position like there as Aiden Westerkamp comes up. Ball high. Westerkamp was the RBI leader for the Fairfield Trojans last year in their second foray to a championship the last 2 years. And he gets it up the middle over to second from Barton, and it is an out, another ground out. They mess up the throw around, but you don't get an error on the around the horn. So 2 quick outs on 2 weak ground balls. Lowry hasn't technically had to throw a strike yet. Owen Adam up. That was a nice breaking ball. He's looked really strong in the last couple of outings. Looked like the same pitch, a little low. Lowry kind of rose to prominence as the ace for this team last year, eventually earned the postseason start. Woo! High and inside. The younger brother of about 2021 maybe graduate Clayton Lowry, which I will certainly call him a couple times in this game, done in the newspaper. 2-1 to Adam, just off the corner. Working fast is Lowry, just off the corner again. Doubleheader in Fairfield. Lowry was feeling squeezed a little bit, I think, on the outside corner. He was getting frustrated as Fairfield did almost all their damage in the first inning. against them last time out as Chase Countryman steps in with 1 on and 2 outs. Jacob Crew waiting behind Countryman. Strike 1 from Lowry. Then Dason Workman, and back to the top. Nice night for some baseball out here as he's second one high and inside, but swung at. 0-2 pitch coming. There, we had a little camera troubles. Looks like they're back running. Got that first base side camera back up. 0-2 low and bounces away from Walker, and that's going to allow Owen Adam to get to second. First Trojan in scoring position today. Ooh, movement on that one, but high. So I said early game, and he's going to get a new baseball. Early game today on the baseball field, but the softball game starting, well, JV's playing right now, but varsity softball playing at 7. So if you're sitting in the stands listening to me right now, after this little time, you might be able to go watch some of the softball game. Nice pitch. Nice pitch by Lowry. Strike 3, and Lowry's cruising through 2, and we will go to the bottom of 2 here in Mount Pleasant. Stick with us.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. That's a lot of snooze. Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your dream home furniture and floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
We are back. Maple Leaf Athletic Complex, War on 34. Fairfield at Mount Pleasant. Panthers leading by 2 in the Southeast Conference baseball game. Tate George coming up for the Panthers. He's only batting 105, but he has recently put himself on the map for this team. He's only started 7 games. He's his glove over there at shortstop has helped out a lot this year, and see if he can do something.
Shortstop number 1, Tate George.
Coleman still on the mound for the Trojans. Ball 1 outside. Strike 1. Both these pitchers are working early. They want to go see some softball after this, I think. Great angle from up here in the press box. You know, I don't usually get to sit in the press box. I can watch my car. Make sure it doesn't get hit by a foul ball or broken into. 2-1. Can you notice how patient these Panther bats have been lately? 2-1 to George way outside. 3-1 coming. Heard the word selection from one of the many assistant coaches that head coach Brent Broker's got over there in the Panther dugout. All of them who played for him when they were in high school. That's a nice pitch by Coleman right down the pipe. We got a 3-2 pitch coming. Due up after George The center fielder, Caden Beavers, on the top as the payoff pitch is rolled to shortstop. This is going to be a tough one, thrown high, but the tag down. Out. There's Workman putting that tag down. Voss Richardson made the throw over there. Voss has had to get on his high horse. A couple of those little slow rollers. The first pitch, low strike to Caden Beavers. Rare senior on this team. First lead. They might have led 1-0 after the top of the first in game 2 over there. High pitch swung at. And there is a strikeout for Coleman. That brings up the top. Alec Barton returns. First. Always a positive sign when you get 2 at-bats in 2 innings. Barton coming into this batting .280. 10 hits, 9 of them singles. Got 1 double to his name, 5 RBIs. And a 1-1 pitch coming. High and outside. Looking at Jackson Coleman, this is only his 2nd start for the Trojans this year. He's had 4 appearances. That one's high and outside as well. He's got a 0.68 ERA, so he has been good when he's been on the... His biggest problem, he's walked more than any other Trojan pitcher. That was a nasty one inside, swung at on the 3-1. Isn't the 3-2 because that would have been a first base on a strikeout the way that ricocheted away. Payoff pitch. Over to second base. Slow roller and out. Who allowed no hits in the bottom of the 2nd. Going to the top of the 3rd next. Mount Pleasant leads 2-0.
2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an old... This is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make... September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Check out community profiles about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true.
We are back in Mount Pleasant. 2-0 Panthers after 2. Jacob Grayson Lowry. First pitch, a little bouncer to second base. Thrown over and out by Alec Barton. His 2nd nice play of the night. Another quick out for Lowry, who now gets to the top of the Fairfield lineup with Voss Richardson. Low pitch for ball one. Quick time there. Not sure why. Got Coach Josh Allison over there. Third base for Fairfield. One of the longest coaching battles in this conference. He and Brent Broker. This ball two goes low. Richardson 0-1. Hits that one into the outfield, into the air, and that's going to be some trouble. Maybe not. Caught by Ryan Helling. Nice play by Helling. That one traveled. And Lowry has now got an out on the ground. And out in the air as Dane Burkhart steps in with 2 outs. Ball high. Mr. Burkhart was in Mount Pleasant. Strike one, we were below average again. One of our fans. We've got a few fans on these two teams. 1-1 pop-up. Shallow center field. Beavers runs a long way but makes the catch. And a very quick top of the third. Grayson Lowry is cruising as the Panthers hold a 2 back on Mount Pleasant Live.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with SeaFirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. Just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after
For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
We are back at beautiful Maple Leaf Athletic Complex, home of the Mount Pleasant Panther baseball, softball, track teams. We're here on the baseball field. War on 34, Mount Pleasant versus Fairfield. Panthers leading 2-0, going to the bottom of the third. With starting pitcher Grayson Lowry coming back up to bat.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Panthers, pitcher number 2, Grayson Lowry.
So far. First pitch swung on and fouled back. Coleman of Fairfield looked a lot stronger in that second inning after the Panthers had a lot of traffic in the first. There's Lowry sending one right up the middle. Couple hops to the center fielder and a leadoff single for Grayson Lowry. Second leadoff for the Panthers. Caden Schad comes for the Panthers.
Versus number 4, Jack Newman.
Speedy Jack Newman comes in. Shot 1 of 3. Lefty on lefty. But that was a nice off-speed pitch from Coleman. He's got some good off-speed stuff going today. Like 2. Nice full house here, not only on the bleachers, but also the little pavilion, the new area, the awning over there on the Mount Pleasant side. As a off-speed pitch goes outside, and on the Fairfield side. Nice packed house, a lot of Fairfield fans right up against the fence. The 1-2 to shot is strike 3, hit the outside corner. First out for the Trojans as Jamison Rich steps up to the plate for Mount Pleasant.
Next up for Mount Pleasant, DH number 25, Jamison Rich.
Newman gets a lead over at first base. 1 out, 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Pitch high to Rich. Jamison gave me grief for not inviting him to my slow pitch softball team, which he is basically ineligible for being a active baseball player. Broker would come after me. Nice off-speed pitch from Coleman. He's really settled in. He was wild in the first. That brings up a 1-1 count for Jamison Rich. Another senior for these Panthers. There goes Newman on the pitch. Throw. At second base. Showing that classic Newman family speed. Another senior over there running for the Panthers at second. 2-1 to Rich. Way outside and goes to the backstop, and Newman's going to take third. Catcher couldn't get over to even get a glove on that one, and now a runner at third with 1 out. See what Rich can do with this 3-1 pitch. And before we do, looks like a meeting at the mound, and that looks like Coach Allison coming out. So I wonder if this is a talking to or a switch. Sure that Fairfield wants Coleman to go a nice long way today, given the absence of Burkhart and Richardson in the eligible pitchers list. He had really settled in before those last, just really 2 pitches. Coach Allison just trying to get their heads right here for this 3-1. Again, in the loss column in the SEC, Fairfield and Burlington, the only 2 teams with 1 loss. Mount Pleasant with 3 losses. With half of the way to go. This is the first game of the second round of playing. Everybody. 3-1. There were 2 outs, and he's going to hear about it from Coach Broker, I believe. I didn't have a great angle on that one. It seemed like it was pretty far up in the air. Only 1 out here. I can read this ball better. Payoff pitch to Jamison Rich. Low for ball 4, and Rich gets on for the first time today. Runners on the corners with 1 down. And that will bring up Ryan Helling, who had that 2 RBI single earlier today.
New runner on first is number 3, Griffin Jones. Now batting for the Panthers is right fielder number 22, Ryan Helling.
Griffin Jones running at first. He's playing defense today, but eligible as a courtesy runner, though he's getting hit for. A little speed over there. Out of Griffin Jones. Got a lot of promising football players from both these teams coming up in the fall. Griffin, one of them. These 2 teams played for a chance at the Class 3A playoffs this year at the end of the year in football season. They'll be playing the last game of the schedule again in football season this fall. First pitch to Helling. He squares to bunt. Nothing happens there. I don't know if that was a real square to bunt or just a little playing around. These coaches don't send me their signs before the game, so I couldn't tell you guys ahead of time. One-0 pitch to Helling is in there for a strike, and a tricky throw over. Looks like Newman got himself in a little trouble, but dives back. Sneaky throw, fired in, but directly to the pitcher, Coleman, who almost snapped Newman off at third base. Had to be an athletic play there, and this might be a conversation with the umpire. These guys don't have instant replay like you guys do at home watching on Mount Pleasant Live. You guys could just rewind this baby and tell me if he was safe or out. Might have just checked with the home plate umpire. That puts 2 on with 1 out for the Panthers. One for Helling. Oh, outside corner. Big pitch there from Coleman. Betcha Grayson Lowry is shaking his head over there in the dugout. Missed a couple off the corner earlier. Swinging strike, and strike 3, a big second out for Coleman in this Trojan defense. 2 outs now as Ethan Peck walks to the plate.
Third baseman number 16, Ethan Peck.
Really big strikeout there. Ball outside. That's why Coach Josh Allison's been the SEC Coach of the Year a few times. Went up and talked to him when he was in trouble, and now he's in a position to get out of this thing. Unless Ethan Peck can make him pay. Inside pitch fouled off. Peck singled back in the first inning. Strike 2. The booth says that one looked low. 1-2 pitch to Peck. Swung on and missed, and Fairfield does get out of the jam. Panthers strand 2 in scoring position, but do lead 2-0 after 3 here at Maple Leaf. When we come back, top of the 4th, Fairfield due up.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Welcome back to Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. Mount Pleasant Panther baseball presented by Mount Pleasant Live. Top of the 4th. This thing's going along pretty quickly as Archer Kruder steps up. Right, pay attention to those sponsors in the bottom left-hand corner. That's who makes this possible. So if you like the stream, just go ahead and write around here. Ball 1 high to Kruder. Second pitch gets in there for Grayson Lowry. I would expect if he stays under the 110 pitch limit and he doesn't get into trouble, that Coach Broker wants Lowry to go the whole way tonight. That one is diced into left field. That thing was flying to the left off the bat of Kruder. Caught over there in left field. You kind of get a good angle of this one, and it was started right, went left, and ended in the glove of Griffin Jones, aforementioned earlier, playing defense and running today. Ethan Bisgard takes a swing. I talked about those future football stars, really the current football stars, but Ethan Bisgard definitely is one for the Trojans. Should have a couple of good football teams this fall out of these two. Strike 2. Lowry's feeling it right now. Battle of the number 2s. Oh, 2 pitch low, strike, but it gets by. Bisgard's got wheels over the throw. High and a strikeout, but a base runner for the Trojans. That ball didn't quite get all the way to the backstop, but got there deep enough for Bisgard to take off, and he took off the second he finished swinging. He knew that thing was going to squirt through. Now here comes Jackson Coleman with 1-on-1 out. Dave Johnson, Mr. Southeast Iowa, texted and said he's been calling him Reggie Jackson Coleman, the straw that stirs the drink. As there's a pitch. Bisgard's off, throw down, gets past. Bisgard's going to go to third, and he's going to get there. That is state track speed out of Ethan Bisgard. And all of a sudden, Fairfield has a runner on third off of a strikeout before the next pitch, right after the next pitch is thrown. 1-0 to Coleman, and now Fairfield could get a run without even getting a hit here. And the infield coming in like maybe they're thinking he's going to lay one down. So it's fouled back into the parking lot. Didn't hear any shattering. Nice. There's my name. Andy Kretzinger. Don't wear it out. Grounder to first. This is going to be tricky. Out. No, not out at first. And out at home. Bisgard's cut down at home. Oh, that was a close one. Nice tag by Walker. If you have a replay on that one, that was a 50-50 one there. I don't know if Bisgard was tagged before he touched home, but what a play over there at first base. He didn't have enough time to touch first. Shad had to make a decision because if he stepped over on first base, Bisgard was scoring. And the second he broke, he threw it home. Another close one there. And what a huge spot there for the Panther defense after allowing a runner to get to third. That's a good way to get the temperature up here. Disagreement on a call as that one is outside. And Lowry says, get me a new ball. He's quick on that. No, give me a new one. This is Westerkamp, Hayden Westerkamp for the Trojans. That one's strike. That was a good decision by Grayson Lowry to go get that new ball. Oh for 1 is Westerkamp. Pitch is a strike, but the throw down's a little high, actually. Walker had a little trouble getting it out of his glove to throw down. Runner on second. That's a courtesy runner. I didn't catch who that was. See if I can see his number. Liam Hunter? Liam Hunter at second. I like having you here. You know that? Ball high and now a 2-2 count. Lowry trying to get out of it again. Feels nice up here. The press box at Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. 2-2 pitch high. Hunter is make a little action happen over there at second base. That was a big secondary. Try and let him know he's out there. Payoff pitch coming to Westerkamp. Not yet, though. Lowry sets and pitches, and that one's lined into the outfield. That might score one. Here comes Hunter. He's going home, and Mount Pleasant is not going to throw it. Instead, they're going to keep Westerkamp at first, but Aiden Westerkamp with a big RBI single for the Trojans to cut this Mount Pleasant lead in half. First run given up by Grayson Lowry, and it is a 2-1 ball game.
Next up for the Trojans, the second baseman, number 4, Owen Adams.
I wonder to myself if that's technically an earned run or unearned. Got cut out at home. Look in the rule book for that one. Owen Adam comes up here for the Trojans. 2 out, 1 on. Adam walked last time up. Ball low and outside from Lowry. What a view up here. You can see the kids playing baseball over in left field. See people walking up to the concession stand. Throw over to first by Lowry. Westerkamp gets back. Aiden Westerkamp, when he plays catcher, he can have somebody out there running for him, but center field today for the Trojans. Pitch to Adam low, and there's the throw down, and that one did get him. No trouble getting the ball out of his glove that time. Walker cuts down the runner at second, and Mount Pleasant stays in front 2-1 in the middle of the fourth. When we come back, the Panther Bats stick with us.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. That's a lot of snooze. Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
We are back. We're getting grunge up here. And who better to come up for the Panthers than Grayson Walker, who just made that throw down to second base. Grunge needs to make a comeback. I'll say it. The song's not the style. 2-1 Panthers, bottom of the fourth. Highway 34 rivalry, otherwise known as the War on 34. Walker up. Coleman still on the mound for the Trojans. Ball high and outside. The 6:30 hour is upon us. So a lot of you will be watching the split screen with the Dream Fever game. I know it. Fouled off behind. Maybe I'll throw in some updates for those of you who are listening to us in the crowd. We got a watcher in the back. Rivalry day for Caitlin Clark Nation. Rivalry day here at Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. 1-1 outside. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Panthers in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch is grounded to shortstop. Richardson gets over there, took a funny bounce, but he threw it out under the glove of Workman at first. He did a good job to shuffle back over there and get the ground ball, but that might have been a double Maple Leaf bounce play. Oh, there might be some controversy here. I wonder if something happened over there at first base. Usually when something like that happened, the question is whether or not there is interference over at first. Didn't see anything on my end, but there's some yelling from my right ear. And out called after the fact. I think they're going to rule that Walker bumped Workman, and looks like Coach Broker's already out there chatting with the home plate umpire. Quick chat. Just a little quick chat.
Next up, Mount Pleasant is shortstop number 1, Tate George.
Tate George up. Oh, and there was a bat there. I have a feeling the home plate umpire was going to hear from one side of his ear no matter what happened there. That will go down. It's an interference and an out. Ball low to George. Wearing the number 1 for the Panthers. Ooh, inside. Hops out of the way. Stay in there. It ain't going to hurt. The quote coming from the Mount Pleasant dugout. But you know what? Sometimes it does hurt. Two-0 pitch to George. That one falls in for strike 1. Throwback a little high. No errors on the throwbacks, as long as there's nobody on base. Strike 2 in there. Working back once again is Coleman. This rivalry usually is more of a back and forth rivalry. The fact that Fairfield has now taken, I believe, the last 7. A rarity. Not a lot of big streaks like that in this rivalry. Bound robbing me on getting those scores up. Strike 3, but now George is going to run over to first base. Throw down high, and George could take second on this, and he is going to. Now the Panthers have a runner on second, and if you had the over on runners getting on base on strikeouts, it was probably set at about 1, so congratulations. Both teams get one. Caden Beavers, the 9-man for the Panther lineup, coming up with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Beavers trying to get it done for the bottom of this lineup. Squares around, tries to bunt that. I think a little too late. He kind of tried to pull back there, but offered at it. Oh, 0-1 pitch coming. Every single time I say that the pitch is coming, something happens. Here comes the 0-1 to Beavers, who tries to bunt again. Another high one and a strike 2. Might be swinging away now. Oh, 2 coming. Oh, just a little high and outside. That was actually a little closer to the strike zone than I think those first 2 pitches were. Runner at second. 2-1 lead for the Panthers. 1-2 outside. It is 2-2. A few deep counts for these Panther batters today. Beavers can get on back to the top of the lineup. Two pitch, high and outside. 3-2 coming. Players up on both short fences over there in the 2 dugouts. As Coleman sets for this payoff pitch. It is right down the middle for strike three. A little low, but a looking strike and a strikeout for Coleman.
Now batting for the Panthers, second baseman, number 7, Alec Barton.
The man who started it all in the first inning, Alec Barton, up for the Panthers now. Comes into this 1-4-2. First pitch, a little high, but a strike. Barton digs back in. The Panthers can't score on this one. Backs against the walls a little bit. Going back out there with just a 1-run lead. Time called, I believe, by Barton in the batter's box. George getting a lead over there at second base. Here comes the 0-1 outside for ball one. Two out, 1-1 pitch. Wow, that one got back over the plate. Another nice off-speed pitch for Coleman. There in the on-deck circle. Outside. Not really a circle, more of a line of dirt. They got a square over there. Two-two pitch is fouled off very lightly into the Panther dugout. See some dangerously parked cars there in the background of your screen, left side. Maple Leaf Athletic Complex, one of the best in the SEC for cars getting hit by foul balls. 2-2 pitch is looped up in the air. Not too much trouble at second base as the Panthers leave one on. Owen Adam gets the Trojans out with a caught ball over there at second. And Mount Pleasant's lead stays at 2-1, headed to the fifth. We'll be back.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dream. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
For the second straight half inning, the player that made the defensive play on the other end coming up to lead this off, Owen Adam for the Trojans. He was up when a runner was thrown out to end the fourth. Here he comes with a new count. High, ball 1. Regret to inform all of you other proud Americans up there that Team Canada up 5-0 in their current World Cup game against Qatar. As a grounder bounces off third base, takes a wild skip. And off of the head there. That's not the maple leaf bounce you like. That's Peck over there at third, and that one really hopped up on him. I mean, that was a bad one. That thing skipped up, came up about as hard as it was hit. Peck's going to walk it off. Might walk over to the dugout. Tough loss for the Panthers if he can't come back in. Man, that was a tough one. That was one of the worst ones I've seen in the infield. Hot shot off the bat of Adam, a hard grounder, and it just popped up. You saw Coach Allison immediately go over there to check on him. Both coaches now huddling up to figure out what's going to happen here defensively. Walker going to third. Adam Denning going to catcher for the Panthers. Walker out at third now. Peck took that hard bounce. Got him somewhere in the facial region. Shook it off there, but that was not one of the season plays. A couple of practice throws, really catches for Denning here. As the Trojans now have a runner on first with nobody out, down 1.
Now batting for Fairfield is catcher number 9, Chase Country.
That Chase Country for Trojans. A little tense out here, 2-1, top of the 5th. And maybe some sign working on. We've got some high-def cameras, but they couldn't quite lip read what was going on there between Denning and Lowry. No, we could do it actually. Next game we're going to have that. Bunt coming off is Lowry. Throws to first for the out. Really nice play off the bump for Lowry. That was a slick bunt by Countryman. Died right out towards them. That is bunt single territory, but Lowry feels his position.
Next up for the Trojans is the H number 24, Jacob Crew.
That brings up Jacob Crew with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Crew on the outside corner for strike 1.
Right here, 2-4. Let's go.
0-1. Bounced foul on a quick 0-2 count. Be fun here, trying to get a picture from the booth as I call the game. See how this works for me through the fence. It's a 5-tool journalist right here. Got my camera up to get this 0-2 pitch. Get some notes up in the paper. You can just go ahead and put me a Pulitzer Prize. Fouled off.
You're all over it, 24. You're all over it. Watch your tempo. You control it. Let's go.
Back here, Jacob.
0-2 pitch coming to Crew. High. Bounces off the backstop. runner to third, and now the potential tying run 90 feet away from the Trojans. Jacob Crew, a senior for this Trojan ball club. Pitch inside, and that one gets away a little bit, not enough. Score the runner. That's first. One out. Lowry can really need a strikeout here. Slow down the action. Pitch is sent into right field, caught, and Adam will stay at third. Ryan Helling ran on, and he caught that in a position to throw home.
Back for stopper Fairfield brings up shortstop number 10, Ross Richardson.
Ross Richardson comes up, 2 outs, tying run on third base. Pressure situation here at Maple Leaf Athletic. This will be the site of the Fairfield Mount Pleasant football game at the end of the season this fall. Trojans and Panthers played at Trojan Stadium earlier this school year. Also the site of the state qualifying track meet, which both schools competed in. First pitch to Richardson, swung on and missed. Nice movement on that one by Lowry. Working fast again, you can hear chirps from both sides. And a timeout. Big spot here. Inside for ball one. 1-1 pitch coming. Ball 2 outside to Richardson, the junior. A junior quarterback for the Trojans to be senior next fall. Strike 2, another nice pitch from Lowry. He's got that movement working. See what he gives him here. You're going to put this one in the strike zone. 2-2. That one gets the inside corner. What a pitch by Grayson Lowry, and the Panthers get out of it. Mount Pleasant holds the lead at 2-1 in the middle of the 5th. When we come back, Panther Bats try to extend that lead here on Mount Pleasant Live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. That's a lot of snooze. Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
We are back at the Maple Leaf Mount Pleasant, where relief pitcher Ethan Bisgard is warming up for the Trojans. The junior Panther lineup. Quiet. We got
pitcher for the Trojans
four.
is number 2, Ethan Bisgard. Now batting for the Panthers is pitcher number 2, Grayson Lowry.
Coming up, Grayson Lowry trying to help his own cause. Common theme is whoever made that last out defensively comes up. Another one here with Lowry getting that strikeout. Strand a runner on third in the top of the 5th. Bisgard sets in. Ball 1 outside. Second pitch is grounded over to second base. Thrown out is Lowry. Workman still working over there at first base, and a quick out for Bisgard and a hitter's count.
Next up for the Panthers, first baseman number 20, Caden Schad.
Here comes Caden Schad, one of the hot bats right now for the Panthers. Facing a righty now for the first time. Outside. And that one is a hot shot up the middle. Single for Schad, who continues to hit well this week. Runner on with 1 out. Bisgard, by the way, was in left field for the Trojans to start this. Don't see any other changes in the infield. And let's see if my eyes can tell where the glove is on the left fielder, if that's Coleman out there.
Now batting for the Panthers is DH number 25, Jamison Rich.
Jamison Rich comes up to bat. Panthers trying to give a little bit of relief to Lowry on the hill. Schad's a speedster over there at first, dancing around. Bisgard gives him a look. Comes to the plate with a high strike. Dropped in there for Bisgard. Really strong first pitch in this at bat. Rich digs in for the 0-1. Strike inside. 2 really nice pitches from Bisgard. Rich finds himself 0-2. Can do some damage when he gets a hold of one. The 0-2 is low. Shot is off. The throw down is not in time. A stolen base and a runner in scoring position again for the Panthers with just 1 down. J-Dub, as they call him, Jamison Rich. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure that's a heavy bat, but it looks small when it's in his hands. 1-2 pitch. Clunks him, and Jamison Rich hit with a pitch again. He takes a lot of those. He got hit a couple times against Fort Madison. Clunked him with the helmet there.
Now batting for the Panthers is right fielder number 22, Ryan Helling.
And that puts Helling up with a couple of runners on. He's the one who delivered the 2 RBI single earlier. If you guys are wondering, Jamison Rich had been hit by the pitch 8 times this year before that. That was HBP number 9. Leading the team. We got to look up. That's leading the conference, the class. Strike 1 on the outside corner from Bisgard. guys don't get hit by the pitch that much because you don't want to throw it inside. Jameson, an expert getting hit by the ball. In the hand. Yeah, it's always, it seems like it's always head or upper shoulders. Owens went 0 for 0 with 3 hit by pitches in a game. Helling digs in, 0-1, gets in there for strike 2. I'll tell you what, when you're a Fairfield team that's got basically 2 aces that can't go today, you like your pitchers to be throwing strikes, and that's what both of them have done. Both Coleman and Bisgard coming in here and getting ahead in counts. Bisgard turns to try and get shot at second and almost did. Shot had to get back quick. Man, there have been some bang plays. Oh, and it looks like there's going to be a talking, too, about the play at second from Coach Allison. How lucky are you guys to be able to just rewind this game? Nobody else here can do it. No challenges in high school yet, and hopefully never, but never count anything out. 0-2 pitch, low to Ryan Helling. Helling, another big-time football player returning this fall. Here comes the 1-2. And that's another throw over that one. Not as close as Shad gets back. Getting the uniform nice and dirty. Neither of these teams goof around with their home uniforms too often. These are uniforms that get a lot of work. The pitch is tip foul, but caught. Strike 3. Bisgard gets a big strikeout. Now 2 outs.
Now batting for the Panthers is catcher number 23, Adam Denning.
Now Adam Denning comes up to bat for the first time today in a pressure situation. 2 on, 2 outs. Denning had to come into the lineup because of the injury to Ethan Peck off of that hard grounder. 0-0 pitch. Little outside. 1-0. What a could be a off the bench hero Denning could here. He could get a little room for the Panther defense. There's a strike. Bisgard's working that outside corner. Denning just 9 at-bats so far this season. Couple of hits. On the varsity squad, that is. 4 RBIs already for Adam Denning in those 9 minutes. At 2:22. No, it doesn't. Throw over to second. Close one. Shad gets back. Somebody else got it. Got it with the ball. Scored it away. 1-1 to Denning. His bounced foul will be a 1-2 count. 7:02 Central. We start that softball game up here pretty soon. Pressure position. The pitch is fouled out. Spoiled away. One, two, bottom 5. Panthers 6 outs away from a victory if they can get it. They could surely use some more runs though. 1-2. Just a little bit outside. Two pitch is popped up in the air. Left field caught. I do believe that's Coleman out there, the lefty. Trojans get out of the jam and strand 2 Panthers. And after 5 innings, it's 2-1 Mount Pleasant here at Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. Top of the 6th coming after these breaks.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit MapleLeafThreshers.com for more details.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
We are back, top of the 6th at Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. Dane Burkhart steps in for the Trojans. Lowry still on the mound for the Panthers. 2-1 lead for Mount Pleasant and a big, big spot here. That one's fouled back, and it'll be a 1-1 count. For the Trojans, this is batters 3, 4, 5 due up. That's a lie. 2, 3, 4, sorry. That one's lined over the middle for Dane Burkhart. Lost in the sauce from the shadows. That's the second batter for Fairfield, and a leadoff single here at the top of the 6th.
Next up, the first is the red number 5, Archer.
Archer Kruder steps up. Lowry's been able to wiggle out of most of the trouble today. Dane Burkhart leads off. First pitch is looped over to Lowry, who makes a catch and throws over to first for a double play. Grayson Lowry with a great play on the mound again. Someone was in his ear there because he didn't have to look. The second he caught that ball, he fired it over to first. And all of a sudden, 2 outs here on the top of the 6th.
The Trojans, pitcher number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
That was one of those weird little fly balls where a short looper, if Burkhart would have just dove back into first. Lowry could have let it drop and tossed it over to second. Tried to get a double play that way. As Ethan Bisgard, now the pitcher for the Trojans, steps in. Lowry has been active, feeling his position today. Timeout called. 0-1 swinging strike. Low swinging strike. Mount Pleasant, if they can steal this win, they still got 3 against Burlington. Ooh, that was off the corner. Lowry tried to will it with a couple of steps towards the third base dugout. Didn't. Well, 1-2 to Bisgard. Swinging strike. There's a strikeout. Grayson Lowry with a big play defensively and a strikeout to end the top of the 6th. Mount Pleasant 3 outs away, but not before they get to bat at the bottom of the 6th. Here on Mount Pleasant Live, Southeast Iowa Video Network. We'll be back.
We're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with SeaFirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. That's a lot of snooze. Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
We are back, Maple Leaf Athletic Complex here on Mount Pleasant Live, part of the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Thank you again to all those advertisers. Bottom left corner, pay attention to them, people. Those beautiful faces of Tony Starr and Mike Welcher, Farm Bureau. It is 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. Grayson Walker due up for the Panthers.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Panthers is third baseman number 13, Grayson Walker.
It's been a pretty quick game, but a little chaotic on the base paths. Bisgard back out there for the Trojans. Goes high. And again, it has been a while since Mount Pleasant's been able to knock off the rivals as a bouncer to third.
Yeah, that's foul, Doug. You know, I just say, where you going home? Cash, bro. I'll bet you would.
Time to steal one. 1-0 pitch from Bisgard. Gets inside for strike 1. Another one that he's able to just cut right onto the corner at the very last second. And Walker was able to lay off of that one. Strike 3 from Bisgard, and Bisgard starts the bottom of the 6th with a strikeout.
Now batting for the Panthers is shortstop number 1, Tate George.
Tate George. Stranded on second a few innings ago. He got on with a strikeout. Yeah, on second with a strikeout, actually. First pitch is lifted into right field. Caught, not a lot of trouble out there on that one. A quick 2 outs for the Panthers.
Now batting for Mount Pleasant is center fielder number 19, Kate Beavers.
Archer Kruger out there and right. 2 outs. 2-1 lead for the Panthers. Caden Beavers up, 9 batter in this lineup. Swinging strike. Fairfield pitching has been good, but Lowry has been just a little bit better over on the other side thus far. Strike 2. Isgard trying to get a quick one. Bum, bum. 0-2 pitch coming. And that one is foul. Spoiled away, and another 0-2 coming. 0-2 from Bisgard, spoiled again. Try by Beavers to stay in this one. Bisgard with another 0-2, and there's the strikeout. Strike 3, a very quick inning for the Fairfield defense, and we are going to the 7th. Mount Pleasant leading 2-1. Middle inning schedule starts after this break.
There is a season and a time for every man under heaven. God has made everything suitable for its time.
Reunion, September 3rd through 7th.
Check out community profiles every Thursday where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to community profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Live Facebook page. Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at your disposal, no job is too small or too large for JVC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
We are back, top of the 7th. Mount Pleasant leading 2-1. Jackson Coleman is leading off for the Trojans, trying to get something started. Grayson Lowry has been out there doing Grayson Lowry things all day. It's strike 1 on Coleman. The pitch is swung on and missed. A quick 0-2 count. 7 times in a row the Fairfield Trojans have beaten the Mount Pleasant Panthers in baseball. Panthers trying to stop that. Pitch is lifted into the outfield. Foul. Jones was giving chase. Spoiled. By Coleman. Got a couple of acceptable pictures for the paper just in case my backups don't come through. Again, a huge game in the Southeast Conference right here. Fairfield trying to keep pace with Burlington with 1 loss. As the pitch is lifted in foul territory again. Mount Pleasant trying to put themselves in position to be back in the fight. Their only 2 losses were to this Fairfield team, but they had the Burlington games postponed. The 1-2 comes in and fouled off again. The Panthers could pull this out. They would have plenty of games against Burlington to try and cut them down. Be one game off of Fairfield in the loss column. Fairfield can come back. Starts to really become a two-horse race. Ooh, outside, couldn't get to the corner. 0-2, he tried to bring it back over. Did Lowry. Here comes the 1-2. Inside, just off the inside corner. 2-2 coming. Fairfield Trojans back-to-back champions last year. These two teams have done a little knocking each other out of the postseason. 2-2 pitch. That one is off the outside. And Jackson Coleman has worked himself back into now a full count after going down 0-2. There's the pitch. That one's hit to Lowry, and of course, Grayson Lowry comes off of the mound to make another defensive play. More like Gregson Lowry, because he's playing like Maddox over there defensively.
Next up for the Trojans is center fielder number 3, Aiden Westerkamp.
Those are legitimately, the 3 plays he's made are legitimately 3 balls that could have turned into hits if he didn't make that play. That one right there could have died in the infield for an infield single. As a pop-up from Westerkamp, and Lowry's just going to go ahead and call his catcher off and go get it himself. Another defensive play for Lowry. And all of a sudden, Mount Pleasant 1 out away with Owen Adam coming up for the Trojans.
Now batting for Fairfield, the second baseman, number 4, Owen Adam.
Adam's been a problem for the Panthers today. Patient up there, but can Lowry put this one away? Strike one. Good start for Lowry. Two outs, 0-1. Swung on and missed, and now 0-2. Panthers trying to break a 7-game losing streak to their rivals on Highway 34 and get right back into this SEC race. Significant moment here. Now Lowry has a little room to play here. Up in the count. He's got a lot of stuff in his arsenal. He could go a lot of places with this. And the pitch just a little bit outside. Try to get him to chase. He's throwing just as hard as he did in the first inning. A 1-2 to Adam. Little high for ball 2. Grayson Lowry's flirting with the strike zone, but keeping his distance, trying to get a swinging strike. 2-2, timeout. That was going on the inside corner. I know I was might have gotten a little bit of the plate, but was a good pitch there by Lowry. 2-2 coming. Outside for ball 3. And just like the batter ahead of him, Owen Adam has come back from down 0-2. It is payoff pitch time. Quickly working is Lowry, and Adam just gets a piece of it. Owen Adam trying to keep the Trojans alive here. The payoff pitch again, and that one is flown into left field. Griffin Jones is over there, makes the catch, and Mount Pleasant has knocked off Fairfield for the first time in 7 games in this rivalry, and a game that will flip the apple cart in the SEC standings a little bit. Mount Pleasant 2-1, a terrific outing from Grayson Lowry. Couple of RBIs from Ryan Helling. And the Panthers take the third of 3 in the regular season from Fairfield, move 1 game off of the Trojans, stay 2 games back in the loss column for the now alone in first place Burlington Greyhounds. When we come back, we'll tell you how it happened here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, Mount Pleasant Live.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
You spend 1/3 of your life on your mattress. That's a lot of snooze. Need soft, firm, or memory foam that hugs you just right? Yeah, we can do that. At your Dream Home Furniture and Floors, we help you sleep better so you can live better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Welcome to my house, aka Mount Pleasant Live in the Southeast Iowa Union Video Network. This is Andy Crutching with your post-game report, brought to you by your Dream House Furniture, a place I'm going to need to be going pretty soon. I'm in the market for a new couch. And we are here, Maple Leaf Athletic Complex. We had an early one, 5:30 start between Mount Pleasant and Fairfield, Highway 34 rivals. Fairfield came in on a 7-game winning streak in the series, and Mount Pleasant pulls off the win 2-1. A lot of that had to do with the arm of Grayson Lowry, who is a complete game winner today. Made a lot of defensive plays off of the mound. 2 RBIs by Ryan Helling is all that was needed today. First inning, Mount Pleasant batted almost through the lineup, got a little traffic on the base pass. Helling was able to loop a 2 RBI single. It was 2-0 for the longest time. Fairfield eventually came back and scored 1, but Lowry stayed in this entire game. A tough loss for Jackson Coleman on that, who pitched well. Him and Bisgard both for the Trojans. Mount Pleasant pitching and defense was the story, though, as the Panthers steal Game 3 of the season series from Fairfield, and not a bad way to start the second half of the schedule. Not totally halfway through, as the Burlington games haven't happened yet, but the Panthers now at home this year in the SEC, 4-0. They picked up a win against rival Washington. They picked up 2 against Fort Madison, and now they have knocked off the 2-time defending champion Fairfield Trojans. And that is pretty much all she wrote. 2-1 for the Panthers, and a significant one here in the standings. Panthers move to 4-2 conference. Sorry, 4-2, yeah, in conference play. Where's my math at? They're tied with Fairfield on the loss column, 1 game back of Burlington. And don't look now, but Mount Pleasant right in the thick of this SEC race. For the Southeast Iowa Union, for your Dream Home Furniture, for all of the sponsors of the Mount Pleasant Live broadcast. We're here all year, all home dates, not necessarily all home games, because sometimes the baseball and softball teams play at the same time. I've been Andy Krutzinger. Remember to read your newspaper and watch your YouTube, I guess. 2-1 Panthers, the final. We will see you next time.